What does foot washing have to do with COVID 19? Hey, everybody, I hope you're doing great. This is your Wednesday night devotional on Thursday afternoon. I hope that you will extend me a little bit of grace. We had a long, busy day yesterday. We put the finishing touches on the children's church video and we added some new bells and whistles to it. I think you're going to really like it. It's going to be really good. And as you may know, hopefully you've already seen on Facebook, we had a baptism last night. We got to celebrate Mackenzie Piggy's baptism all together. So as I was finishing up this video last night, I took a holy pause to go do something more important. So give me some grace today. I'm just thankful for you. You know, what's coming up this Sunday is we're going to try to meet together again for the first time. And we're really excited about that. And I want to kind of start by introducing this idea, our plan, by reading a text and going into God's Word for just a minute. If you turn your Bibles to John chapter 13, I'm going to read a few verses from there. So starting in verse 3, the text says, Jesus knew that the Father had put all things under his power, and that he had come from God and was returning to God. So he got up from the meal, took off his outer clothing, and wrapped a towel around his waist. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash his disciples' feet, drying them with the towel that was wrapped around him. We're going to skip on down to verse 12, where it says, When he had finished washing their feet, he put on his clothes and returned to his place. Do you understand what I have done for you? He asked them. You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you. You know, churches used to have foot washings. It was part of that old time religion. I wonder if any of you have ever washed someone's feet. Have you ever had your feet washed? If you have, or if you've even been on the other side of the experience, so if you've either washed someone's feet or had your feet washed, you have felt God's power in that moment of humility. I'm not trying to dismiss the power of the physical act of giving or receiving a foot washing. I have been on both the giving and receiving act, and I can tell you it was a powerful experience for me. But I think there is a symbolic expression here too, an attitude that we internalize that we can learn from Jesus. Washing someone's feet is about getting out of your comfort zone to show someone else they matter. This act of humility is a signal that we love someone enough to give up our dignity for their benefit. This Sunday, as we return, we are going to ask you to take on the heart of Jesus. In other words, to be in a foot washing frame of mind. As we come back to our assembly, that's what we want you to do. Internalize that. Try to be Jesus. Try to have the attitude of someone willing to wash someone else's feet. So here's a few details about Sunday, and we're going to post the pertinent details for you that you need to remember online. So you won't have to remember this, you don't have to take notes. Everything you know to show up will be available to you so you can prepare before you leave. But we want to encourage you to go ahead and sign up for which service you are going to attend. Don't wait any longer. Go ahead and do it. There'll be a sign up for a 9 and 11 o'clock service. So pick the one that you want and sign up. And I'm actually going to put up a video for anyone having trouble signing up. So go ahead and do this if you still haven't. When you come through the door, we will have a team of people to make our process as quick and easy as possible. We will have ushers that will help you get seated, started from the front and working toward the back. They will also help you exit, starting from the back and going toward the front. We are going to put out a video Saturday that will show you exactly how we will come to worship. We're basically going to take one of us and go through the whole process so that you can see it before you get here. We will ask you to enter and exit with a mask on. You can wear your own or wear one that we will have provided at the door. Once you are in your seat with your family, you can pull it down or take it off. We encourage you, if possible, not to take it all the way off so that you don't forget to put it back on when you talk to someone who is not in your family. When you sing and when you talk with someone else, we ask that you have the mask on. COVID-19 is almost exclusively spread through person-to-person contact. So when you talk to someone else, it is important for you to wear the mask. When you sing, the infection radius triples. The talking radius is 6 feet. The singing radius is around 18 feet. People say somewhere between 16 and 21 feet. We recognize the difficulty in singing with a mask on. If you get uncomfortable, feel lightheaded, or claustrophobic, you can take it off while we're singing, but we're going to ask you at that point to sing from your heart and not from your mouth. So that's all the time that you have to wear it. When you come in, when you leave, when you talk to someone who's not in your family, and when you sing. Pretty simple. The leadership here will all be wearing masks. We're all going to wear them. We're not going to expect you to do anything that we won't do. We will wear them at all times until we get in position to preach, pray, lead singing, or speak to the congregation, because at this point, we'll be way beyond the infection radius. We have already at the church, just so that you know, had one deep cleaning, and there will be a team here to help sterilize between services. We're going to ask you, and this is going to be hard, to avoid handshakes and hugs. I'm pointing this out because it's so hard. We're going to want to do this so bad. But while in the building, please try your best not to. When you leave, if another person approaches you and you're both okay with it, that's fine. We're not going to tell you you can't do that. But please, even then, do not hug, shake hands, or touch anyone else without their consent. And remember, it's not that they don't love you. They do and want to interact as much as you do. But we must respect each other's differences. And the best way that you can hug them might be showing that you care enough not to. Parents and high-risk individuals, we're going to ask you, if you can, to stay home. We think this is going to be tough on our younger kids. If you think your kids can handle it, you can bring them. But we don't want this to be a place where there are oppressive rules that keep them from being kids. So if this is going to be tough on them, then we ask you maybe stay at home for a few weeks so that when they come back, they can come back as their full self. Also, to our high-risk folks, if you're nervous at all, we invite you to stay at home just for a little while longer. What we have here is probably the highest concentration of high-risk people outside of nursing homes, and most of you will be together for the first time. So you haven't been out, so you may not have been exposed to this at all, and the last thing that we want to do is see this spread and hurt someone in our church family. Now, we cannot control all the variables, but what we can do is the best we can. There's some self-screening questions online. They'll be posted on the website and the Facebook page. And when you see them, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you answer yes to any of them, we want you to stay at home. So how are you doing? How are you handling all this? Is it information overload? Well, the good thing is you don't have to remember it all. We're going to post the things that you need to remember online, so you don't have to depend on your memory. So hopefully you didn't go get your pen and your notebook. But if you did, that's okay too, because you'll have it from the video, and you'll have it on your pen and your notepad, and you'll have it from our Facebook page and the website. I want to state something very directly. This is not a political issue. This is not partisan. We are not taking sides on this. What we are doing is listening to the experts at our congregation that you know and love. Some of them have likely given you advice or taken care of you or a loved one in some way. So I want to end this part with a question and then get back to the Bible. Has anyone who doesn't do your job ever told you how to do your job? How much did you appreciate that? Maybe they were just a know-it-all. Maybe they'd read an article or a book or seen a video, and suddenly they thought they had access to information that you didn't, and that they knew more than you did about what it is that you spend every day doing. If you've ever had that happen to you, and my guess is most of us have, we don't like it. Nobody likes that. So what we're going to ask you to do is remember that if you disagree with any of the decisions they make, they are the ones that do the job every day. And just like we don't like it when people who don't do our job think that they know how we can do it better, don't think you can do their job better than them, because they are only doing it because they love you. That's their only reward. They are serving you in love. They, like Jesus, are putting on the towel for you. My prayer for all of us is that we will put on the towel for each other this Sunday. My prayer is simply that we will embody the following statement of Jesus from John 15:13. Greater love has no man than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. Have a great day. Sign up for worship service. Look forward to seeing you Sunday, which will be good. And we're taking steps to the time that we're all back together and we can just come back together without any of these worries at all. Have a great day. God bless.